good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Gotan Es service. Oh, I guess, is the volume on? Whoop. It is now. All right, let me start over again. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Gotan Es service, which is Shinran Shonin's birthday, and also our Hatsumairi, which is first service for infants. So I'd also like to welcome anyone that is new to the service this morning. We will begin with the ringing of the kansho, followed by sambujo, hyobyakumon, and shoshinge.
Namandouts, 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 namandouts. On this occasion of commemorating the 850th anniversary of the birth of Shinran Shonin, we are gathered here to express our gratitude and appreciation to Shinran Shonin, who clarified the true teaching of Amida Buddha's primal vow. In humbly reflecting, Shinran Shonin was born in Kyoto in 1173. He was ordained and became a Buddhist priest at the age of 9, and practiced and studied Buddhist teachings while on Mount Hiei. However, he couldn't discover the path of liberation from birth and death. At the age of 29, he descended Mount Hiei, hoping to meet Genku Shonin, and eventually came to entrust himself to the primal vow, reciting the Nembutsu. Later, when he was 35 years old, due to a persecution of the Nembutsu teaching, he was stripped of his priesthood and exiled to the Ichigo region. There he took the name Gutoku, which literally means stubble-headed foolish one, which expresses he is neither monk nor lay person. After being pardoned, he moved to the Kanto region, spreading the Nembutsu teaching to the people in the area, and began writing his great work, True Teaching, Practice, and Realization of the Pure Land Way. He later returned to Kyoto and completed many writings. In 1263, at the age of 90, he was born into the Pure Land, fulfilling his lifelong wish. Through the efforts of Shinran Shonin, we are able to encounter the teaching of the primal vow and follow the path to the Pure Land and attainment of Buddhahood. On this morning, we gathered here at our temple to hear the teaching of Amida Buddha's primal vow as clarified and transmitted to us by Shinran Shonin, and resolve the matter of the great importance of our afterlife. Let us deeply entrust ourselves to Amida Buddha and recite the name of the Buddha as the expression of our gratitude and appreciation to the Buddha's benevolence for settling our birth in the Pure Land. I, Shaku Koho, so humbly recite the name of the Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namman.敬って大慈大悲の阿弥陀如来の尊厳に申し上げます。本日ここに西羅浮仏教会釈候補うやうやしく尊厳を称言し、無縁の問診とともに年頃に商業を読受して宗祖親鸞上人ご誕生850年計算法要を言収いたします。謹んで尋ねますと、親鸞上人は1173年、京都にご誕生になりました。9歳の時に出家得度なさり、比叡山で学問と修行に励まれましたが、生じいずべき道を見出すことができず、29歳の時、山を降りられ、元空上人に会われて、本願を信じ、念仏申す身となられました。その後、35歳の時、法難により、越後へ流罪となられてからは、自らを愚徳と名乗り、非僧非俗の仏道をお示しになり、斜面の後は関東の地へ移られて、伝道教化の生活を送りつつ、ご本殿の戦術に力を注がれ、浄土真宗の教義体系を確立されました。そして晩年、京都へお帰りになり、数多くのお商業を表されましたが、ついに1263年、御年90歳で往生の疎開を遂げられました。今、私たちがありがたい本願念仏の見教えに合い、往生成仏の道を歩む身となったことは、 これひとえに親鸞上人のご苦労によるものであります。この上はこのご荘園を起として我々が阿弥陀如来に救われていく道をお示しくださった宗祖親鸞上人のご誕を祝うとともに、誠の見教えに合わせていただいたご恩に報謝させていただく次第です。敬って申し上げます。ナマンダウツ、ナンマンダウツ、ナンマンダウツ。異名無量寿如来、ナモ不可思議故法蔵菩薩院にじ大聖義大王部所統計諸仏浄土国土人で自然魔混入無常主将が超つけう大具でごこしういし小樹十世名所文実法不法無量無変更無限無体公園の少女神知恵子不断難事無所故超日学校精進説一切群上無故障本願名号少女を死心信用がに上等学書大涅槃必死滅度願成就如来所以公主世唯説弥陀本願会五辱悪事群上会お信如来如実語の発一年期愛心不断本の徳涅槃凡上逆法再編入如主死入会一味終身向上昇後異の水波無明暗都内心臓死運無上不真実信心天頻尿日光不運無運無資源妙無暗薬心謙虚大教義即応超絶語悪種一切全幕本無に問心如来不税願仏言広大小下者善人妙分なりけ弥陀仏本願念仏
百種上信行十字地に南中市南昔インド祭典シロンゲ中華自治域史こそ現代諸古世書意妙如来本で起き釈迦如来名がせ一種五妙難天竺龍樹大自主とせ質の財派無限先列大乗無情報諸寛義自所安楽賢治難行六六信行異行指導楽億年弥陀仏本願自念即自入必上唯の上昇如来語応報大義偶税音天神菩薩増論説奇妙無下公如来永種たら見真実後世の頂戴聖願こういう本願力へこ異道群上昇一心記入苦毒大崩壊筆略入大永収集特使連下造世界即昇信用保証人有本の人間人図入生寺恩寺法下本師論難両天使上皇乱書菩薩来三のルシ十上教凡女専用気楽法天神菩薩論中下報道因果見聖願大言でこうゆたり少女心唯信心枠前本部信心法承知承知即涅槃一心無量光明道小樹修上開布家同社結晶道難所唯妙浄土活入万全自力変言集円満国語感染症三風三神慶音語増末法滅道非一生増悪地偶税死安如外傷妙化全能独妙無所因公愛上三用逆悪公明妙語敬意念介入 上位大と逆三人即所所市場楽原神公開一大教返帰安女官一祭先祖出身反戦人法権二度小弁流極十悪人有所物雅薬剤非摂取中煩悩諸下水不見大非無見上昇が本資見空明仏教連民全幕本部に新宗教書公編集戦略本願具悪性現代生じ理念下決知義上異所心即入弱上無依頼一致信心異能入仏教大事修士と上祭無変極上悪同族自主愚道心有化心しこせおせ
ナマンダブ
ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブ
がにしくどく
平等聖祭道本菩提一心往生安那国
ナマ
ナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツ
Now, it's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Reverend Nobuo Miyaji. So he was born on February 16th, 1947 in Kyoto. He received his Bachelor of Philosophy from Ritsumeikan University, Master of Buddhism from Ryukoku University, and he was working on his doctorate course but had to resign because he was assigned to the U.S. This is a list of his assignments after becoming a BCA minister in 1977. 1978, he was assigned to Santa Barbara, BC. 1981 to Ogden. 87 was Los Angeles Betsuin. 1999, Venice Honganji. 2003 was Fresno Betsuin. He was a Rinban there. In 2012, Gardena Buddhist Church. And finally, in 2017, in February, that's when he retired. So now I'd like to ask Reverend Miyaji to come up and deliver his Dharma message in both English and Japanese.
Good morning. Today is the Gotanye service, Shonin's birth service, and as well as the, I've heard the Hatsumairi services. Very good, very important service for this church, and especially the Hatsumairi. I'm very happy to be here, and I would like to say, parents, thank you very much for coming here. I believe your babies will be already is already blessed by the Amida Buddha's great compassion, and I believe they will remember today's wonderful moment here at the West LA Buddhist Church. Of course, they are not aware of that, but they will remember their body, their life. Remember that. Okay. First, I'd like to today. I'd like to talk about the personality of the character of Shinran Shonin. So, first, I'd like to read the Shinran Shonin's words. Please join me in Gassho. We should not express outwardly signs of wisdom, goodness, or diligence, for inwardly we are possessed of falsity. Namandas, 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 namandas. Yesterday, I just came back from the trip from Japan. To attend the 850th anniversary of Shinran Shonin's birth and 800th anniversary of the establishment of Jodo Shinshu teaching at the Gohonzan, which is the mother temple of Jodo Shinshu in Kyoto, Japan. My brain doesn't work so well, so because of jet lag. Usually, my English is very good, I hope. But today, I would like to depend on the paper which I prepared several days ago. Please allow me to do so. First, I would like to express my thank you for your kindness to invite me for this very important service of Shinran Shonin 850 anniversary. His birth at here was Los Angeles Temple, especially to Reverend Takata. He's patient and brave to select me as a guest speaker to this service. I believe that I mentioned before several times, but again, I'd like to describe him one more time. He's such a scholar of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism who studied Shinran Shonin's teaching, Nembutsu's teaching many, many years. And he's also a very skillful person for business too. As you know, he helped the Bishop of Hawaii as a right-hand man. On top of that, he has a wonderful and beautiful wife he has. He is so lucky. You are very lucky to have such a wonderful minister of your temple. Sensei, is it okay? Is that enough? Well, I have to go to the next one. Okay. Let's go back to the today's topic. Every year on this month in Kyoto, we celebrate the Fuji Matsuri and marching on the main street of Kyoto from Honganji. We call it the Fuji Matsuri, which is a festival of wisteria. This is the part of a service of Gotan-e. You're probably aware that the Gotan-e has been called Fuji Matsuri, which is literally translated Wisteria Festival for a long time. This is because Shinran Shonin's family crest is called Sagari Fuji, which means descending wisteria. And the wisteria flowers blooming downward are Shinran Shonin's crest. The wisteria flowers blooming beautifully downward are said to represent the character or personality of Shinran Shonin well. So it is often quoted when talking about his character. This is the map of Kyoto. Otani Honbyo, which is the mausoleum of Shinran Shonin, located around here. Here is the Shijo Dori and the Yasaka Jinja around here, and the Mount Higashiyama around here. And foot of the Mount Higashiyama, the Otani Mausoleum here. By the way, by the Shinran Shonin's family lineage has been the Fujiwara family for generations. But the name of current head of the family is Otani. Gomonshu Otani, we call him. I would like to explain why this is so. The place where Shinran Shonin passed away and was cremated is located under the Higashiyama Mountains in Kyoto, where the Otani Honbyo Mausoleum is now located. This place is located at the foot of Higashiyama, I explained, passing through the Gion district. Gion is a very famous Maiko-san. Maybe I hope you know that. Maiko. Geisha Maiko district of Kyoto to the northeast, and has been called Otani for a long time. The character of Otani originally is a very difficult one to write. This is one word. This is one word, not two words. Okay. The character Ryu, this side, Ryu means dragon, was written with Tani. This one is Tani, means valley, in hem section of the kanji, and it was read as Otani in kun reading. For example, the current name of the Ryukoku University, you have heard it before, we graduated the Ryukoku University, is Ryukoku is the name of the two separated characters of Otani, as you can see. Okay, to go back to the original topic, wisteria flowers are used to express Shinran Shonin's personality. The more it blooms downward, the more beautiful it is. In other words, to bloom downward means to hang one's head. Just as people admire the beauty of a wisteria flower, when they see it blooming downward, people admire the person who hangs his head down deeply and says, I am not a great person, rather than a person who raises his head high and said, I am a greater than you. I am a greater person. At the same time, we have to be very careful to see the similar way to those who are going his head down with this his falsity, usually saying, I'm not so great. I'm a small guy. I'm nothing. We have to be very careful. Shinran Shonin was certainly not the person who praises himself by lifting his head high and saying, I'm great. Rather, he was a person who deeply reflected on himself, saying, I am an insignificant person full of afflictions. This is expressed in the following words of him. He said, quote, I know truly how grievous it is that I, Gutoku Shinran, am sinking in an immense ocean of desires and attachments, and am lost in vast mountains of fame and advantage, so that I rejoice not at all at entering the stage of the truly settled, and feel no happiness at coming nearer the realization of true enlightenment. How ugly it is, how wretched. From the correction, the passage revealing the true singeing of the Pure Land Way, 113. Oh, sorry. Shinran Shonin was certainly not the person who praised himself by lifting his head high and saying, I'm great. Rather, he was a person who deeply deflected on himself, saying, I am an insignificant person full of afflictions. This is expressed in the following words of him too. I know how grievous it is that I, Gutoku Shinran, am sinking in an immense ocean of desires and attachment and lost in the vast mountains of fame and advantages. So that, I did already. Sorry about that. Okay, we can see we can see also see his word in the following Tanisho, okay, other place, that he is deeply pleased with the great compassion of Amida Buddha. It is written there as follows. The mother would often say, when I consider the master, my brain doesn't work. The master, this case is the Shinran, would often say, when I consider deeply the vow of Amida, which arose from 5 carpets of profound thought, I realized that it was entirely for the sake of myself alone. Then, how I am filled with gratitude for the primal vow, in which Amida resolved to save me, though I am burdened with such heavy karma, he said. The only way for him, Shinran, to be saved from all these afflictions was to believe in the Gohongan of Amida, Sama, which is the primary vow of Amida Buddha. It was not enough using thousands of words for him to express his thanks to Amida, Buddha's heart. We can clearly see that he was appreciating it from his deep mind. The more the wisteria flowers fell, the more people praised them, saying, "Oh, what a wonderful flower." The more the wisteria flower falls, the more people praise it as a beautiful flower. The important thing to keep in mind is that this character of Shinran Shonin is not just the image of Shinran Shonin, but also the image of ourselves. In our daily lives, we may be so eager to have ourselves recognized by others. I think that we live our lives with the sole intention of somehow getting ourselves recognized by everyone else, right? We are always thinking that we want to somehow make ourselves look better than others. And if someone says something bad about me, even just a little bit, my heart is filled with an unsettled feeling. I may be smiling as if nothing is wrong with my face, but inside my heart, I may be living with the devil's face, carrying something that I can never to others. Reverend Keisai Yokota, who is the very famous advocate of Denbutsu teaching, said, "Gentlemen, do not buy into this Yokota. If I reveal my own self, you can't trust on me. I rejected the souvenirs which my mother have prepared for me, and not even accept the words of message for villagers which she advised me kindly. The souvenir prepared by my mothers were gift for the villagers for myself, who had returned home after a long absence, according to the custom of those days. Sensei's mother knew he is very busy as a missionary every day. He didn't have time to buy souvenirs, so his mother prepared the souvenirs for him in anticipation of that. However, he was the one who rejected the idea of bringing such a small and tiny and cheap gift. And the unfortunate person who cannot accept even a word or message to the villagers for the sake of her son, who does not know the recent situation of the neighbors in the village. Mother says, "Please be careful because of what happened in that house over there. Mr. A had a funeral of his mother last year, and please congratulate Mrs. B because her daughter had the celebration last month." I believe that I could manage to say such things without being told by the mother. I am full-fledged about who is allowed to perform Buddha service in front of others, mother, he said. And said the unfortunate one who does not understand mother's kindness. That is the Yokota's true feelings. I'm telling everyone not to buy into me as a great person, he said. These are the words of Yokota Sensei, who knows himself. With this reflection, he could spread the teaching of Buddha and had led many people through faith. I'm sure that the Shinran Shonin's heart was like this. He was the kind of person who could spread the teaching of Nembutsu to other people with his true appreciations to Amida Buddha. Though he knew through himself with such a kind of afflictions, but he was sure that he was embraced by Amida Buddha's great compassion with it. Like Shinran's heart and the Yokota Sensei's heart, let us live our lives from now on with the knowledge that if we expose our true nature, no one will look at us, them as if we had not expected it ourselves. People around us will say, "Oh, what a beautiful person he is." Because of our sincereness to our character, personality, and shinjin to Amida Buddha. This is the gratefulness of the teaching of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. I strongly believe that we all live our lives with such a heart of sincereness and shinjin, faith mind. The world will become a place where people are truly grateful, where people have a heart full of reverence. Instead of raising our head high to insist ourselves, we lower our head down more and more. Our world will be more peaceful and comfortable. I believe it strongly. And that is what temples are for, isn't it? Thank you for your listening to the teaching of Buddha, especially Shinran Shonin's Nembu's teaching. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I would like to continue speak about the teaching of Buddha in Japanese for 1 hour. Please excuse me. No. Just only 10 minutes. Don't worry about that. Okay. おはようございます。今日は親鸞上人のご誕生をお祝いするご誕へのお参りでございます。ようこそお参りくださいました。私事でございますが、昨日、日本から帰ってきたばかりで、まだジェットラグで頭がすっきりしておりません。何を言い出すか分かりませんので、どうか注意して聞いておっていただきたいと思うんであります。何か変なこと言ったら手を挙げて言ってみてください。今回日本へ行きましたのは、実は私にとりまして7年ぶりのことだったんですが、私のワイフは毎年帰っておるんですけども、私はあまり帰るチャンスがなくて久しぶりでした。そんな私にとって日本はもうほとんど外国のようなところでしたね。まず日本語がわからない。若い人の話している日本語は私にとってもう外国語でしてですね、ほとんど分かります。もう一言も分からない時がありましたですね。そして日本の人のすることはすべて早いです。歩くのも早いんです。私は年寄りだと思っていて、一緒にゆっくり歩こうと思っておりましたが、とてもじゃないけどもう周りの人は私とどんどん抜いてですね、邪魔になるような、私を邪魔にするようなものでありますね。そんな状態でございましたが、とにかく日本がいろいろ変わっておりました。また日本は非常にこの大きなものがたくさんありますね。それもびっくりしたものであります。何か落ち着かない日本旅行でございましたが、今回訪れまして一つ良かったことは、鹿児島別院に行きまして、隠れ念仏というお話を聞かせていただいたんですね。隠れ念仏の方、 この Hidden 浄土真宗 Buddhist in 鹿児島 area というのがおられるんですね。とにかく鹿児島別院の入りますと、その右の方に涙石という石があるんです。飾ってあるんですね。かなり大きな石でございましたが、ずっしんと重そうな石でございましたが、これは何でそこに飾ってあるかというと、名前の通り涙石と言いまして、この念仏者を拷問にかけたんですね。この大きな石をこの足の上に置きましてね、お前は念仏者だろう、ね、そういうてですね、拷問にかけたんですね。ちょうどキリスタンがこの拷問にかけられたと同じように、念仏者も鹿児島県ではそういう経験があったわけなんですね。そんな石をこう足の上に乗せまして、拷問されるもんですから、今度立ち上がった時に足が折れておるんです。足が折れておるほどそういうきつい拷問に遭ったということですね。この涙石を見て本当に泣かずにはおられませんでしたですね。そんなひどいこの拷問を受けたということなんですね。よく聞いておりますと、そういうこの隠れ念仏者がですね、薩摩鹿児島にはたくさんおられる。そういう人たちは隠れていますから、洞窟の中でお参りをしたんですね。洞窟の中に隠れてお参りした。そういう洞窟が何万とあったそうでございますね。だからいかにその多くの方がですね、隠れ念仏として、この鹿児島におられたか。そしてそのような過酷なこの人生をですね送らされたわけでありますが、しかしその生活をされながらもですね、拷問をされながらも、この人たちはその厳しさに耐えて念仏をずっと続けてこられた。鹿児島がこの薩摩藩がなぜこの念仏者を取り締まったかというとですね、念仏者は仏様の前では平等であるという信念があったわけなんですね。仏様の前では平等、すべての人が平等だ。No discrimination in front of the Buddhas。それがこのなんていうんですか、ルーラーの人たちには、薩摩藩のその上の人たちにはこの我慢がならなかった。みんな平等じゃないんだということをですね、フューダリズムの世界ですから、封建主義の世界ですから、そういうことになった。それで反対されたわけなんですね。だからこの平等思想というものが非常にもう念仏者の間には浸透しておったわけですね。平等思想が日本に落ち着くのは明治以降ですね。明治になってもまだまだ、昭和になってもまだまだという時だったんです。そんな平等思想がもう何百年といいますかね、前にもこの日本ではあった。それが念仏者の生活であったということを私たちは誇りに思っちゃいわけなんですね。それともう一つですね、この念仏者が、私たちが誇りに、隠れ念仏者のことを誇りに思うもう一つのことを言うて終わりにしますが、それはこの隠れ念仏の人たちがですね、決してこの藩に立ち向かわなかったということ、武器を持って立ち向かわなかったということなんですね。この非暴力主義というものを貫かれた。そんだけ苦しい過酷な拷問を受けてもですね、決して武器を持ってこの犠牲者ですね、政府といいますか、そういうものに立ち向かわなかった。それは何も臆病で立ち向かわなかったんじゃないんですね。武器を持って立ち向かうことほど簡単なことはないんです、逆に言えば。しかしそうではなくて、じっと我慢してですね、お念仏のありがたさをひたすら味わってこられた、その隠れ念仏者の方々がおられた。 そのおかげによってですね、この鹿児島からは立派な念仏者がたくさん出ておられたですね。有名な東昇という先生がおられますが、この世界で初めて顕微鏡を作った方です。この方も鹿児島薩摩念仏の系統を引かれた方ですね。そして今でも、ね、もう亡くなりましたが念仏者であります。川端愛義という先生がおられます。この、WHO ですな、WHO の議長をされた方です。こういう京都大学の医学部のこの名誉教授でありますが、そういう方もお念仏を喜ばれた方が出てこられた。それは取りも直さずこういう隠れ念仏の歴史がですね、私たちに息づいてきたからなんであります。そういうことを私たちは考えさせられてきたわけでございまして、本当にそういう意味では素晴らしい旅行であったなと私は思わさせていただいたわけでございます。そういうことをお話をさせていただいて、親鸞上人のご三代にさせていただきたいと思わさせていただきます。Thank you very much for your patience. Please join me in 合唱。ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナマンダ仏、ナマンダ仏、ナマンダ仏。
Well, thank you very much, Reverend Miyagi. And I hope you get to go home and rest and recover from your jet lag. Next, we will have the reading of Dogemon.
Morning. Please join me in Gassho as we read Ryogemon, words of understanding of our tradition. We rely upon Amida Buddha with our whole heart for the enlightenment in the life to come, abstaining from all sundry practices and teachings, and giving up the trust in our imperfect view. There is no doubt that the assurance of enlightenment comes at the very moment we entrust, and we recite the Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, in joy and gratitude for the Buddha's compassion. We also acknowledge gratefully the benign benevolence of our founder and succeeding masters who have led us to live in this profound teaching, and we do now endeavor to follow throughout our lives the way laid down for us. Ryoge Shutsugon. Moro moro no zogyo zashu jiriki no kokoro o furi stete. Isshin ni amida nyorai warera ga kondo no ichidaiji no gosho. On tasuke sorae to tanomi moshite soro. Tanomu ichinen no toki ojo ichijo on tasuke jijo tozonji. この上の称名はご恩報者と存じ喜び申し候。この恩断り弔問申し分け候こと、ご解散承認ご出世のご恩、次第僧正の前時式の朝からざるご関係のご恩と、ありがたく存じ候。この上は定めを課せられる王の規定、一号限り守り申すべく候。ナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブナマンダブツナマンダブナ。
Okay, now I'd like to introduce the Hatsumari family. First, I'd like to have come up Alaya Ray Mann and her mother, Ariana S. Mann, and also Miyako Chris Kobayashi, parents Catherine and Galen Kobayashi.
Okay, please face the altar. Please join me in God's show. We are very fortunate to be here in this life where it is so hard to be born. And we are truly grateful to be able to hear the teaching of the Buddha and enjoy the perfect guidance. May Araya, Rei, Man, and Miyako, Chris, Kobayashi, who has come before Amida Buddha, together with their parents, Ariana Man, and Catherine and Galen Kobayashi, in solemn worship, endeavor to accept the teaching of the Buddha with deepest reverence. Amida Buddha is constantly with all of us and protects and watches over the well-being of the child. May the Buddha guide the child towards a virtuous and peaceful way of life so that Araya and Miyako will find strength when meeting many sufferings and hardships of life. In wishing the future happiness of your child, may you realize the wonderful guidance of the Buddha, and let this ceremony be an opportunity for you to deepen your appreciation to the teaching of the Buddha. In deep gratitude, let us repeat the name of the Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. This is a certificate from the temple. Okay, congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay. Congratulations to both families. Now I have some announcements. We have a Memorial Day Dharma service on May the 28th at 10 o'clock, and our speaker will be Reverend Koe Umezu. Then we have several study sessions. The first one is on Saturday from 11 to 12 p.m. via Zoom. The next session is on May the 27th, and this is led by Reverend Takata. There's a suggested fee of $50, and let's see, if you're interested, please contact WLADharmaCenter@gmail.com. If you can't make the Saturday session, he also offers a Wednesday session from 7 to 8 p.m., also via Zoom, and the next one will be on May the 31st. Then we have Buddhism Beyond Mindfulness. This is led by Reverend Umezu. Next session is June the 24th, and suggested donation is $5 per session. Then Reverend Mas Kodani, who is Minister Emeritus of Buddhist Churches of America, will have a study session starting on May the 25th from 11 to 12:30 p.m. And this is in person here at the temple. It's on Thursdays. The topic is, what is Amida Buddha? And suggested registration fee is $30 for this one. We have Dharma Cafe. It's going to be today after we have lunch, and it will be in the back of the Hondo. So please, if you have time, join us for that. And then on every third Friday of the month, we have bingo here in our social hall. So it starts at 7 o'clock. It's a lot of fun. We have snacks, there's free parking, and larger the crowd, the bigger the prize. And then finally, on June the 17th, it's our annual yard sale, very popular, a lot of people come, and that's from 9 to 3 p.m. So we hope you're able to join us for that. So with that, that concludes our service for today. Thank you all for joining us. And again, I want to invite all of you to come to our social hall right after service for lunch. We have a lot of food, so we need people to help us eat it. So Sensei? Yeah.
Please offer the incense. Thank you.